Now let's take an example. For example, if you have matrix A, which is equal to 4, 7, 6, and 2, 3, 1, and B is equal to 8, 5, 9. 8, 5, 9. Now we can see that A is a matrix with 2 rows. A is 2 rows and 3 columns. 2 rows and 3 columns. 3 columns. YB is 3 rows and 1 column. Three rows and 1 column. Now you can see that the rows, you can see that this is a row of A and this is a column of B. Or we call it a 2 by 3 matrix. 2 by 3 matrix. We call this one, that is 3 rows, 3 by 1 matrix. This is 3 by 1 matrix. This one is 2 by 3 matrix. Now you can see that the rows of this, and this is the column of this. And you can see that the column of this, the first thing you check as one of the rows is that the column of the second one must be equal to the row of the first one must be equal to the row of the second one for you to multiply it. In this example, you can see that A has 2 rows. This is what we call rows. 2 rows. 2 rows and 3 columns. That is 3 columns. This is column 1, column 2, and column 3. So we have 3 columns. So we call it, it's of the order 2 by 3. We call it 2 by 3 matrix. Call it a 2 by 3 matrix. While in B, the number of rows are first row, second row, and the third row. So 3 rows. And the number of columns is just 1. So we call it 1 column. So we call it a 3 by 1 matrix. 3 by 1 matrix because it has 3 rows and 1 column. 3 rows and 1 column. 1 column. That's why we call it a 3 by 1 matrix. In matrix notation, we always name the rows before the column. Alright. Now, for us to multiply these two matrices, the first thing you have to check is whether the row the number of rows of A, like we said, the number of rows of A, or number of columns of A must be equal to the number of rows of B for you to multiply them. Now you can see that A is 2 by 3 and B is 3 by 1. So here you can see that the rows, the column of B, which is the column of A, which is this, is equal to, which is 3, is equal to the row, the rows of B. This is the row of B, which is 3, of B, which is 3. So they are equal now. So they are qualified to be multiplied. You can now multiply them. That's the first thing you check. Before we continue, please kindly like and subscribe to this channel, and also open your notification button so as to enable you receive notifications from our weekly videos. The product A times B is going to be equal to columns of the first one is equal to the number of rows of the second one. Then we are qualified to multiply them, or they are qualified to be multiplied. So now the product is going to be the row, number of rows of A, number of rows of A times number of columns of B. So in this example, it's going to be the number of rows of A is, how many rows do we have in A? A has 2 rows, times how many rows we have in the columns we have in B. We have 1 column. So our product, which is the multiplication of this and this, is going to be 2 rows and 1 column. Now, having confirmed that, we are now ready to multiply. Remember, we have A is equal to the matrix of 4, 7 and 6, and 2, 3 and 1. This is the matrix we have, and B is equal to a row matrix, a column matrix, which is 8, 5, 9. Now, the way we're going to multiply them now is take this row, the row of this, and then multiply this. Take this another row and multiply the same thing again. Okay, let's see how it works. Let's see. It's going to be the product A times B is equal to, we're going to see how it works, 4 multiplied by the 4, which is this in the first row, multiply by the column, the 8 in the first column, which is 8, then plus add it to 7, multiply by the second item there, which is 5 in the second column, which is 7 times 5, then add it together with the multiplication, the product of 6 and 9. 6 times 9. Then we're going to do the second one, which is this particular one, this particular row. Do the same thing, multiply by this column, which is 2 times 8 plus 3 times 5 plus 1 times 9. Now you can see we are going to add it, which is equal to 4 times 8 give us 4 times 8 will give us 32 plus 7 times 5 will give us 35 plus 6 times 9 will give us okay, now we can see 6 times 9 will give us 54. So that's the first. Then in this row now we have 2 times 8, that will give us 16 plus 3. This 2 times 8, this is 3 times 5. 3 times 5 will give us 15. Then plus 1 times 9 will give us 9. So we're going to add them together. We're going to add them together. Please, let's do it here. Add them together. You're going to get 32 plus 15 plus 35. Sorry, 35 plus 54. That will give us 2 plus this 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 will give us 7 plus 4, that is 11. 1. Then this one 4 now. Okay, that's 11 now. That's 4 plus this, that's 7 plus 5. 7 plus 5 will give us 12. So 121. So where do we write this now? So we have 121. So if you add this, you're going to get 121. And you add this, you get 16 plus 8, which is 31 plus 9, you're going to get 40. So the product of A and B will give us, like we said before, it's going to give us a matrix that has only one column, 121, but 2 rows. Like we said, one column, which is a matrix of 2 rows, and 1 column, like we said before. 1 column. We'll call it 2 minus 1 matrix.